Welcome, Cedar Shoals. My name is Jackson Davis.
And I'm Mackenzie Wurst, and this is WJAG-TV.
Good Dirt has been a fixture of downtown Athens for 19 years. Following their move to a new location on Macon Highway, reporter Dakota Cox visited them to learn more about what they offer.
Good Dirt is a pottery studio located on Macon Highway. They offer 8-week courses for those interested in learning how to sculpt clay.
We've got sculpture classes, we've got some hand building classes where you make functional pots but not using the wheel, so using slabs and things like that. This last year we've been offering some old-time music classes, fiddle and banjo and guitar and mandolin. Those have been a lot of fun. And occasional different workshops, but primarily it's wheel and sculpture and tile.
Classes last for 2 hours for artists to create bowls, birdhouses, and any other creations they can imagine. In the past, Good Dirt has donated hundreds of bowls to food banks, as well as donating handcrafted ornaments to Project Safe.
I like taking something home that I can use in my own kitchen or in my own home and the purpose for something that I made.
Beginning pottery wheel classes will start March 14th and last till May 2nd, and they will run summer camp from May 23rd that continues for 12 weeks. Camp is open for children ages 4 and up.
The 2015-2016 varsity boys basketball team had a successful season. The Cedar Shoals student body enjoyed following the team's accomplishments. Alexander Vinsel and John Flexner reported further on this season and the people behind the success.
Our Cedar Shoals varsity boys basketball team had, without a doubt, one of the best overall seasons in the program's history. The Jags ultimately fell to second-ranked, undefeated Alatoona in the Final Four of the state playoffs by just 2 points, and into the season that mirrors the result of last year, where the Jags fell to the eventual state champions in the Final Four by just 1 point. While last year's success was somewhat surprising, success this season was an expectation.
For the most part, I think they kind of understand that what they did last year was great, but they know that there's room for improvement.
While the ending of the season was similar to last year, the road to the Final Four was much less rocky. Where almost every state playoff game last year was a nail-biting thriller with last-second upsets and court storming, this year the Jags calmly routed Hiram, Mundy's Mill, and Mays High School by an average of 19 points. This dominant performance at the state level was a result of consistent practice and game preparation.
We took every practice serious, put effort in every drill that we did, so practice hard every day.
With the 23-2 regular season record, it was no surprise when the team continued their success and won the Region 8 5A championship, handily beating 8th-ranked Gainesville 70-48. This win marked the second straight region title for the Jags and was especially important considering Gainesville beat the Jags at home by just 3 points in double overtime back in December.
Winning the region against Gainesville, knowing that they beat us and one of the top teams in Georgia, and it was a good win.
We congratulate the Jags for another amazing season and commend them for bringing so much positive attention to our school. The only question now is whether a championship is right around the corner.
Cedar Shoals put on a karaoke night back in November for the whole Athens community to participate in. Reporter Precious James went to this event to discover more about this special evening.
In December, Miss Millsap's 5th period drama class came up with an idea to have a karaoke night. There it would showcase people's talent and joy to be on stage and help people open up their inner voice.
I got the idea from when I went to a school in Atlanta. Me and a group of kids had thought about it, but we never really did it. But we had like a whole bunch of different other events that we did, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to bring the Cedar Shoals. And I feel like everybody had a great time, so just to have fun. So it didn't matter if you could sing or you couldn't sing, because there were a lot of people who could and couldn't sing, but I felt like everybody had a good time. The whole point was to have fun. So it's supposed to bring like a little more confidence out of people, more self-esteem. So. Yeah.
The students got together and made the event family-friendly. They had many activities such as karaoke, games, and even face painting. Chicken Wing came from the drama department to give more amusement and fun to the program, pulling the audience on stage to have interaction with the Chicken Wing performers.
As a newcomer to Chicken Wing, I say it was like a bit strange to be on stage, but with like among peers and all that. But that was really cool, and we kind of like involved the crowd a lot. We played some games that like made the crowd actually walk up on stage and perform with us, which is really cool. And they also performed inside of the karaoke, so we're singing and stuff. So yeah.
I love that part. It was actually unique. I love it because they interact with the people that came and all of that. So I think it's a great thing that we actually did the karaoke night. Chicken Wing people made it funny. It made it better.
Miss Millsap's class plans to do other activities and school events like this program. They believe that these type of events can benefit Cedar Shoals.
I would encourage students to come out to more events like this because it gives Cedar Shoals a positive look, and it also gives kids, like I said, something to do, something fun to do besides. Because a lot of time after school, kids get in trouble or do something bad. But I feel like if they would come to like events like this, it gives them something more positive to do.
The drama department ended the winter semester with a night filled with great performances from great voices and an audience who had an amazing time.
One day, and you're not going to care what happened in high school. You're going to want to have fun experiences, and it's nothing funner than telling a story about how bad you did something. Everybody enjoys hearing a story about how bad someone did something. It's always amusing. So I would encourage, even if you're scared or not even good, just still try.
I was kind of nervous, but everyone joined in and helped me sing at the same time, so it gave me like a little bridge. Gave me a breeze. It was very awesome. It was great.
The drama department had an amazing turnout for the karaoke night and hoped to have more events and a bigger turnout next time.
Cedar Shoals student Alden Wynn has a passion for music and wanted to discover more about the place that records hold in today's music world. Here's Alden with the story.
Records. Old, expensive, and a form of music that was supposed to have died in 1991. But record collecting has made a surprising comeback with a revenue increase of 52.1%. I decided to ask people at Cedar Shoals why they collect records.
People like having something physical there. With Spotify's great and Pandora's great and iTunes, I use all that stuff too, but there's something really cool about having a physical piece of art that you can manipulate and look at while you listen to it, and so that's kind of a cool part of it.
Definitely. I then decided to go downtown to the guys at Low YoYo Stuff and Wuxtry record collecting stores to find out why they collect records.
I have a whole IKEA shelf like that filled with records, and I've often thought, now that my sons and daughters are into collecting records as well, that I could pass the records on to them, and then they can re-experience them just like I experienced them.
It was exciting, going out to record stores in Atlanta, finding new things, excited to buy a record,
In an age of digital music, records give us something to hold, something to see, and something to truly own. And although records may be old, it might just be the newest frontier music has seen in decades. And it looks like it's here to stay.
As Cedar Shoals students, you are probably eager to learn more about our new interim principal, Mr. Derrick Maxwell. Alden Wynn and Nikki Hakimi sat down with Mr. Maxwell to discuss his plans for Cedar Shoals.
On February 16th, Dr. Lanu announced that Whit Davis principal Derrick Maxwell would become the interim principal for Cedar Shoals High School. We decided to sit down and interview him about his plans for Cedar Shoals.
Well, I started my career teaching science at Bernie Harris Lyons Middle School. I worked there for 5 years. I went to work for the central office for a year. Then I returned as assistant principal at Bernie Harris Lyons for 4 more years. And then most recently, I've been the principal at Whit Davis Elementary School right down the road. I'd ask myself, I see 1,800, 2,200 students, however many that we have here, that are needing leadership right now, or needing someone to help move their school forward and deserve that. So it's kind of no-brainer for me. And if I felt like I could be a part of making that, moving that forward and making things better, that's kind of educators don't really have a choice sometimes. When you see the ability to do something good, and when you have the desire, it just comes together. And I mean, I'm here for as long as I'm allowed, and while I'm here, I'm going to do as much as I can to move things forward. But what I noticed is there seems to be a real desire and a real sense of urgency to get back on track. I'm seeing and hearing from students that they're ready to move things forward. We're ready to turn it, some of the negative cloud that looms over us right now, turn it around and get some positive things. Because I foresee other kids, there's some things that I hear going on, like one of the most prevalent issues to be that kids don't always go to class when they're supposed to. That's something that we're going to hit head on. We want to make sure that students are going to class. No one teaches in the hallway, so no one learns in the hallway. So we really don't have any reason to be in the hallway when it's not class change. So let's get students where they're supposed to be. Let's not let any educational gaps that exist grow any wider. Let's close those gaps. So we got to do that by getting kids in class on time and delivering high quality instruction. What we've got to do is realize that no event defines a community. No event defines a school. There are too many staff members. There's too many students doing what they need to be doing every day, working hard, to let an isolated incident overshadow the entire school and the entire community. It's not fair to everyone, including the victim. I can promise that to the parents. If I'm aware, I will do something about it. Obviously, we don't want anything to slip through the cracks. So we'll be, we've had some discussions already about anytime anything remotely serious happens, that immediately all administrators are immediately notified, and an entire plan of action is thought out, and being very diligent in notifying any parties at the district. If there's police organizations involved, notifying all those in writing simultaneously to ensure that we have a consistent response to anything. What I have to have faith in and what I have to believe in is that the adults that already exist in this building have the capacity and ability and desire and willingness and all those characteristics to move things forward. I have to, leverage that leadership amongst them and bring out their strengths, and let's all work together to remediate our weaknesses we all have, and let's create a common vision and all work towards that to move Cedar forward. The students and parents, I'm here for you. My goal is to get out and make personal connections with as many students as fast as possible, while determining what things I most need to work on from a principal standpoint. I do not know how the interim status will play out. I do know that while I'm here, I plan on making as many connections with students and parents in the community as possible, and using those relationships to move us forward.
We look ahead as Mr. Maxwell steps in as interim principal at Cedar Shoals and hopes that he can bring back the idea that we are all one Cedar.
Thanks for tuning in to WJAG-TV. Make sure you check out cedarblueprints.com for more exciting stories about Cedar Shoals students in the local community.
Follow Cedar Blueprints on Twitter and Instagram. Like us on Facebook.
Until next time, I'm Mackenzie Wurst.
And I'm Jackson Davis. And this has been
WJAG-TV.
Work, to me I be work.